Now, two big developments on education today. One of the government's flagship free schools has been ordered to close after failing to deliver acceptable educational standards, while the Education Secretary, Michael Gove, has blocked plans for the expansion of grammar schools in Kent. In a moment, we'll hear from our political correspondent, Michael Crick, in Westminster about the grammar school move. But first, our correspondent, Darshana Soni, is outside the Discovery New School in Crawley, West Sussex, which has been ordered to close after ministers decided to withdraw the funding. Darshana.
There is a huge amount of anger and disappointment here tonight, Matt. The problems at this once flagship free school have been known about for some time. In fact, I spoke to one parent who said she withdrew her child a year ago because she could see this coming. The beauty of free schools was always supposed to have been that they're free of local authority control, but that can also mean that they're sometimes left without support when things go wrong. And tonight the government has been forced to admit that things here have gone very badly wrong. 1 week before the Christmas holidays, and as parents arrived to collect their children, they were told that their school will be forced to close.
I was very happy with the school. Evan, my son likes school, don't you, Evan? Do you enjoy school? It's a good school, isn't it? It's a shame that it hasn't been given the chance to improve.
Both my boys are happy here. Me and many other parents are absolutely shocked that it's come to this.
Discovery was one of the first flagship free schools to open just 2 years ago here in West Sussex. But by May this year, the Montessori primary was declared inadequate and placed into special measures. Despite being given several deadlines for improvement since then, Ofsted has found it's still failing to deliver even the most basic level of education. Today, the government announced it's withdrawing its funding, and so the school will have to close by next April.
Where there is poor quality, we will take robust action, and far better to make sure we take that action and get pupils into high-performing schools rather than leave a poor, underperforming school open and running.
But Discovery isn't the only free school which has faced difficulties. Last night, Channel 4 News reported that Al Medina in Derby has also been given another damning report from Ofsted, months after it got into difficulty. And another free school in Bradford is being investigated for alleged financial mismanagement. But the trustees of all of these schools, including Discovery, have complained that they haven't been given enough time to improve. The government has defended its decision to close Discovery, saying that failing schools run by local authorities are allowed to stay open for far too long. But this is a setback for one of the coalition's flagship education policies.
Well, joining us now from Crawley is one of the school's founders, Andrew Snowden. Andrew Snowden, do you accept the ruling?
I can understand how a decision at this particular point ended up there, but I think the real failing is one of an out-of-control Ofsted and the Department for Education that hasn't always sung from a single song sheet or provided adequate support at the right moments. We were trying to do something very different here, and always looking for short-term measures and quick results. Doesn't always produce what you want.
But what they're saying is that you just weren't teaching the kids well enough. It's as simple as that.
Well, yeah, it is as simple as that in terms of their statement, but unfortunately life is not as simple as that. There's a lot of very good teaching going on. It was a different kind of teaching, and we were challenging, and we were in the middle of challenging policies. The final reaction was to decapitate the original founders, me included, as part of this, and unfortunately removing that experience in fact led to the result that we now have, which was unnecessary and counterproductive, and actually not very cost-effective way of doing it.
You left a very well-paid job in accounting, if I understand correctly, to do this, but I guess it shows that good intentions don't always lead to good schools.
No, it doesn't prove that at all. Good intentions can lead to good schools if it's led and well, and you're trying to do something. But we had two funding significant funding mistakes. After Ofsted arrived, I was having to battle for several months with the Department for Education over a fundamental funding mistake, which we won. But only after Ofsted, in fact, delivered their verdict.
Just very
Ofsted,
quickly,
of course, were capable.
Are you going to appeal this or not? Yes or no?
Am I going to, sorry?
Are you going to appeal it?
Well, I'm no longer involved with the school. As I say,
Okay.
they removed the founders from the school a few months ago.
Anderson, got to leave it there. Thank you very much.